And over here is where we would begin with the first part, which is the duodenum. And then we'd have the jejunum, and here finally would be the ileum, where it empties in. Remember I told you about the omentum? This thing is a serous membrane that attaches to the intestinal tract. I remember I asked my mother, I was curious, my mother's father, my maternal grandfather, was long dead before I was born. And I was curious about my medical history. I asked my mother, what did he die? What did your father die of? And she said he had a knot in his intestine. So I said to myself, he can't have a knot because this membrane here prevents it from looping around and forming a knot. I said, Mom, can't have a knot. She says, what do you know? It's a knot in his intestine. So that was that. Probably you had cancer, you know, you had a blockage of some sort of an intestine. But certainly you can't have a knot in your intestine, even though this thing snakes around and gurgles and makes noises, and you can hear it. The older you get, the more you hear it.
Wakes you up when you sleep.
Simple enough. Here's the large intestine. Okay, so here is the ileum emptying into the cecum. Here's the ileocecal valve. And this thing over here, it's a little bit hidden, right? This thing over here would be the appendix. As you can see, the large intestine has it has 3 strips of muscle shown in white on here. Those muscles are in tonus, you know, they're partly contracted all the time, and they throw the large intestine into these saccules, these little sacs. Each one is called a hostrum, H-U-S-T-R-U-M, hostral sac. Okay. You see this a moment? I haven't been asking you to read to me, so I'm just going by memory. I haven't looked at this stuff for a year. Here we go. The muscle, these thin muscles that throw it into the hostral sacs are known as Taenia coli. You're going to get this list, okay? T-A-E-N-I-A, Taenia coli, and these are called hostral sacs. And you know, when you defecate, you can, I don't usually look, I just flush, but if you look, sometimes you can actually see little ball-like stuff. That's from in here. They're molded by that, okay? All this stuff is meant to be the omentum. The omentum incident, omentum means apron. It's huge. And in medical school, they make you find a little space or a hole that's in there, you know, mental hiatus or something. You see the medical students with the omentum draped over their heads, and they're looking around inside it. It's pretty funny to watch, except that stuff always smells so bad. Ascending, transverse, descending, sigmoid. You see where it starts to curve here? Sigmoid. When I test you, I'm going to ask you, if I want descending, I'm going to put it here. If I want sigmoid, I'm going to put it here, where there's that definite bend. So there won't be any question about whether I want you to mention sigmoid or not. And this thing, of course, has rectum and anus cut off. You can't see it on this particular model.